We're going to pick up George from the airport.
I'm going to bring you back the best surprise. I'll give you a few clues. He's got muscles and he's got a beard and he lets off stinky farts and you call him Daddy.
You know who that is?
Mengi.
You don't even know what's coming. Who is it?
Hello, my baby boy.
What have you got there, George?
Kimchi. Doesn't know how much he loves her kimchi.
How many packets did you get? 3?
4.
4?
4.
We've got a suitcase filled with...
What have we got here, guys? We've got square bars. These are the best square bars, my current prep obsession.
Cream of rice. Is this good?
I've got the white chocolate hazelnut butter thingy. It is good.
Is it good?
It's good.
I've heard good things
The
about it.
texture's-
Supplements. Oh, George, thank you so much. Oh my God. Hellman's lighter than light mayonnaise.
And Mengi and Didi.
And Maggie and Dee. Thank you, George.
Chili one.
Nice.
Garlic one.
Nice.
And of course,
Ah,
a few batches of those bad boys.
he knows me well.
It has been a week and a half since I last recorded. The last clip that you saw of me and George actually was when he came back to visit us, didn't he, Mangs? And since then, he's actually been gone back to the UK. He stayed for a couple of days and then he had to go back, obviously, because of the visa situation. So I basically didn't record because I wanted just to spend some time with him whilst he was here. Obviously, we're either working or we're training or we're picking up the camera, and I knew I didn't have much time with him. I just wanted to be present and in the moment. And also the second reason why is because I actually did have like a little bit of a wobble, not a wobble, I wouldn't call it a wobble. It's more so, I basically started debating where I sort of fit within bodybuilding because I've lost a lot of weight. Therefore, I'm quite depleted at the moment. I'm running flat, my physique just isn't popping. On top of that, I just don't have that much muscle yet. I'm gonna say yet. And then I watched the Arnolds, specifically the wellness category, and Hayani won, and the standard of the girls was just absolutely crazy. And then I got in my head about it and I was like, oh my God, like getting to that level of musculature is going to be a massive push and it doesn't really align with my values. So I started deliberating my whole bodybuilding journey because I was thinking like, bikinis evolved so much to the point where the girls are actually very, very heavily muscular, and I feel like when it comes to my values and my ethics within bodybuilding, specifically relating to the PED aspect of things, but then I'm like, that's so far away. So yeah, anyway, I got in my head massively about it, and I started deliberating whether or not to do wellness this year or whether to just go into bikini. So I basically took a week just to like clear my head with things and really assess where my boundaries are, what my values are, what my goals are, short term and long term, and then kind of like try and just like gather my thoughts before I put anything on the camera. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of an update with where I'm currently at and sort of where my headspace is, because I feel like I finally know. So the consensus of it is, I am a first timer. This is my first time stepping up on stage and this is my first season ever. And this season is all about trialing different things. So I'm 8.5 weeks out at the moment, which also means I've got plenty of time to still strip body fat, plenty of time for my body to change. And the answer to which category I'm going to be competing in is going to be, I don't know. I'm just going to decide when I get to sort of show day. So I'm definitely doing wellness PCA first timers because I've booked that show officially. But what I do in terms of the NPC category, Maggie, you're distracting me. What I do in terms of the NPC category, I'm yet to decide. I may do bikini, or I may do wellness. Also, back to what I was saying, it's also important to not deep it too much because I am literally just a first timer. So I'm not gonna apply too much pressure. Like, I'm not aiming for a pro card, I'm not aiming for any of that. I just wanna know that like when I step up on stage, I belong in the category that I'm meant to be in. Like, I don't wanna step up on stage and just look so completely out of place. And the thing is, like, what's the worst that can happen? I do look out of place, cool, I get feedback, I come back better. Like, it's actually not that deep. It's not that deep, and I need to remind myself of that. We are doing a little bit of a day in the life today because I have woken up in a really good mood. So we've had a very productive morning today. I get up really early in prep. My body just naturally wakes me up probably at like 3 o'clock, like 3 a.m., 3:30. Bear in mind, I do go to bed at like 9 p.m. So I got up really early and I don't know where my brain just went. Today, I slept in until 4:30. Who is this girl? So we got up, we went straight to work. Well, actually, no, we didn't go straight to work. I had a coffee and I read a little bit of my book and then we went straight to work. Check-in started at 4:50 a.m. today. So all the girls have been responded to. I put all my meal prep on and I walked the dog. I just feel so good this morning. So I thought, why not pick up the camera and provide you guys with some good vibes? We're training today. I've had a little bit of a slog with my training sessions recently, I'm not gonna lie. It's been a little bit of a hard one still, it's been a sticky one still. But today I feel like it's gonna be a good session. You know when you could just feel it in your bones? It's probably because I've just come off the back of a high day, because my body decided to my weight. I literally dropped like 1.5 kilos since I last saw you guys, which for my 5'2" frame at my current body weight is a lot. So Georgia ran me on a high day. Again, I swear, I promise you guys, I do actually diet. We're just ready early, so we're running a little bit more high days. But yeah, we ran another high day, so I feel like I've got more carbs into my system and I can just really carpe diem seize the day. So I'm gonna take you through a training session with me. As always, guys, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to stay tuned for all of the videos. I'm gonna eat now. I have just taken the dogs out for literally the quickest walk and it's so hot outside. I've got a heat rash, as you could probably see. And also, look at the veins. What the hell? I'm not sure if you can see that, but that is absolutely crazy. What the hell? You know when you sometimes look at yourself, you're like, is that me? Is that me? Okay, I better get ready for the gym. Bought these little treats for the dogs and they're basically like ice creams. I put these in the fridge and then they have them, which is absolutely perfect for the hot weather. One for Mengi, gentle, very hot, good girl. And one for Dee Dee. Good boy. Sun's out, buns out, bitches. Honestly, I cannot explain how incredible it is to just live in Spain. Also, I cannot explain how much of a mistake I made. And I think you can guess what it is. Don't. Let's just ignore that. I don't think we can even ignore it. Basically, long story short, in prep, I've gotten into this unhealthy habit of going on Temu. And I bought into the hype of lip stain. So I was like, do you know what? I'm going to put this lip stain on before we go to the gym just to, you know, have my lips like a slightly nice, like pinkish colour. And I put the lip stain on and it kind of looks like I have got very severe hypothermia or like I'm literally going for a night out. I didn't realise it was going to be this dark. I literally left it on for like a minute and I was like, I'm going to take it off because I don't want it too dark before the gym. And look at me. But I'm hoping by the time I get to the gym it'll go, although who knows? Anyway, we are off to the gym. We're going to train legs 1. I'm at the moment still doing the same split as I did before. So I'm doing legs, upper, legs, rest, legs, upper, legs, rest. However, I am starting to really flag in my sessions, especially my second leg session. I'm kind of getting to like the third exercise and I'm like, oh my God, Lord save me. So I messaged Kyle about it because I didn't know whether it's just the fact that I really hate Bulgarian split squats or whether it's the fact that prep is prepping, probably a matter of the both. And he kind of said that, look, like we're 8.5 weeks out. You're the leanest you've ever been. You are striated all through your upper. This is new territory for me. And most likely what I'm going to have to do is actually have a rest day between my upper and my second leg session. But yeah, I just really don't want to. I want to train. I just don't like taking rest days, even though when I take rest days, I really like it. I don't know, it's just the thought of it. I don't know if anyone else can relate. I'm not sure if I'm going to record this session. Maybe I'll get a few clips in, but you saw it in the last video. It's really boring. My training is really boring at the moment because it's just the same thing day in, day out. But we're feeling good. I'm feeling so energetic today that I'm actually so excited to try. I can't remember the last time I was this excited to train. So we're heading off. Let's get fucking going. God, these lips look terrible. So session is done and it's time for an in-person check-in. I'm actually so shy right now because I'm talking to the camera and I'm about to strip in the middle of the gym, but this is what I'm doing for you guys. So session was all right. It wasn't like anything amazing. I say that. I literally progressed on everything, so I can't be mad. It's just on my last exercise, the pendulum, I actually went up by 1.25, but it's the Watson pendulum, which is like really heavy. And any single time you actually increase the weight, it feels like you are putting on like 20 kilos per 1.25. So I think I got 30 for 10 last time and I got 31.25 for 6. So that pissed me off and that was the last exercise. So it's just, not that it's left me in a bad mood, I was just like, I wish I got at least like 8 or 9 or 12. Just progress on the weight and progress on the reps. But I feel very pumped, which is rare for me. I've had around like, I would say probably like 7 to 10 sessions where I've just been so flat, like I haven't been able to get a pump, whereas now I've got so much blood flow to the muscle that I actually don't want to pose, because when you get a pump in your leg, it like hides the lines, and I want to show you the lines because I want to show my condition. So let's strip off and let's pose. I also need to get my hair cut pronto.
Hello guys, it is the next day and I look as bad as I feel.
Sleep last night was absolutely terrible, to be honest with you. I went to bed so anxious, which is my own fault because since George has been gone, I'm unsupervised, which also means I can't stop working. I'm literally waking up at like 3, straight to my laptop, obviously walk the dogs, reply to clients whilst I walk the dogs, then I train. That's my only like hour and a half where I just don't look at my phone or my computer, and then I decided just to do work really, really late. So my brain is just struggling to switch off. And then on top of that, since George has been gone, the dogs are just, they're just not themselves. Like they can really sense his absence. So when we're going to bed, Diesel like sleeps by the door, which he doesn't usually do. He usually comes upstairs. What he'll do is like come upstairs, check in on me, and then go back down, sleep at the door. And every single sound outside, he just barks at. So I am so like in and out of sleep. And then he literally like started crying at 3 a.m. to go outside to go for a shit. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go take him out. And I just did like 2,000 steps. And I came back and I was like, I'm just gonna go do work. I'm just not happy. Bunny today, really, which is annoying. I find it frustrating when I'm in a bad mood because I'm like, you have no reason to be in a bad mood, even though there is a reason. I just don't want to be in a bad mood. It also highlights the importance of good sleep, which actually on that topic, I've created some like content, educational content for the Born coaching team that we do every single week on sleep. But I also was like, oh my God, this would be a really good like reel to do for Instagram. Should I do it? Should we do like a little bit of an educational clip in here? Yeah, we shall. So let me bring my Canva presentation out. So let's do some learning together. Okay, let's completely ignore the state of my computer. Pretend this is actually clean and I'm not grim. Sleep cycles explained. First of all, why is sleep important? Sleep is important important for stress reduction, for muscle building, for hormone synthesis, for cognitive function, for literally absolutely everything, right? If sleep is shite, you will feel shite. How much sleep depends on you as a person, though usually 6 to 8 hours is what's recommended. But you will know how long you need based upon how much you sleep and how you feel after, okay? So just monitor your sleep, see what you feel good after. That is the amount of sleep that you should be getting. Sometimes what happens is people are like, oh, I can sleep 5 hours a night and I'm fine. And then it bites them on the arse. That means you probably can't function on 5 hours of sleep. You just think you can function on 5 hours of sleep. Also, a very fun fact is sometimes, or some research is now stating that it doesn't matter how long you sleep for, but when in the sleep cycle you wake up in and how many sleep cycles you've had. Anyway, that's a little bit more confusing. This is why sleep is important. First of all, your body runs in sleep cycles. Every single night when you go to sleep, you will start a sleep cycle. Every single night you will have multiple sleep cycles. How many cycles you have depends on how much sleep you're getting. Each cycle lasts around 90 minutes, after which it repeats. And the cycle gets divided into non-REM sleep and REM sleep. Non-REM sleep further divided into N1, N2, and N3. First of all, N1. Yeah, N1. N1 is the phase from where you are awake to where you go to sleep. You know, sometimes you like wake up, you're like, was I sleeping then? That is N1. This is also the time where people have like random jerks, like George has that. Not very important for recovery, but very important because it's part of the sleep pattern. Then we go on to N2. N2 is the longest sleep phase of them all. It makes up around like 50% of your sleep. And this is where your heart rate starts to drop and body temperature starts to drop as well. Then we move on to deep sleep. And I've marked this in yellow because this is the most important one for us as bodybuilders. This is where you start to recover. So this is basically your anabolic window. This is where you have growth hormone production, tissue repair, obviously IGF stimulation because of the growth hormone production, where your immune system starts to kind of like reboot itself as well, and also where you get glycogen replenishment. So this is like the recovery phase basically. Then what happens is you go into REM sleep. Now REM sleep is so fucking cool because what happens in REM sleep is your body actually becomes paralyzed. So you know when sometimes you wake up and you're like, you're there, but you're like, I can't actually move my body, or you start walking and like the walking is like really like, oh my God, I'm actually having to put loads of effort into this. I have that when I walk down the stairs sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna fall flat on my face right now. That's because most likely I've woken up in my REM sleep when Diesel fucking wakes me up to go for a shit 3 o'clock in the morning. So this is the part where your brain is highly active, and the reason why the REM sleep is important is because this is the part that's responsible for things like emotional regulation, memory consolidation, so all of your cognitive functions. So this is the graph that explains everything. This is your hours of sleep. So this is when you're awake, and this is 8 hours of sleep where you most likely are going to wake up. These are the stages of the cycle. So you're awake, you dive into N1, and then you go into stage 2, and then you go into stage 3, which is your deep sleep. After that, you jump into REM sleep, cognition, memory consolidation, emotional regulation, something many people actually do need. Then after the REM sleep, you go back into N1, back into N2, back into N3, or deep sleep, go back up to REM sleep. As you can see, the further you get on in the night, the less deep sleep that you have. Take note of that. As you also get deeper into your sleep time, you also get more REM sleep. So the first 3 to 4 hours, they are deep sleep dominant. They are recovery dominant. These are the hours that are needed for good recovery. The last 3 to 4 hours are REM dominant. This is important for recovery and cognition. So yes, okay, this is important for your muscles, but this is really important for your cognition, which also means like how mentally you're going into your sessions, how you're feeling within your sessions, how you're executing your day-to-day plan, how you're performing in work. And here's the caveat, right? If you have sleep which is in and out, Diesel, and also some research suggests that if you have later nights, so say for example you go to bed at like 12 rather than 8, you actually get a reduction of this deep sleep, and therefore you've got poor recovery. And if you're cutting your sleep short, so say for example you're sleeping 4 to 5 hours, remember you're reducing that REM sleep. So this is where you're gonna wake up and you're gonna feel like you're basically brain farting. So that is my presentation on sleep. So most likely what's happened is I've had shit deep sleep because Diesel's been waking me up with his barking, and also I've had shit REM sleep because Diesel's woken me up early and I didn't get my hours in. Today there we go. Diesel, that's enough. So today the plan of action is to try and get as much done early on as I can so I can chill out in the evening, and I'm going to be so consistent with myself to actually switch off and read a book or something, because right now I can't. People say like prep makes you less productive and you get this brain fog. I'm more productive. That's my issue. I'm becoming more productive and I'm putting too much on my plate, and I love it. Like I thrive off it, but I also know that when you do this for a long period of time, you're going to get burnt out, and my burnout doesn't look like I stop doing things. My burnout just looks like I stop enjoying doing things that I usually enjoy, and I don't like that. I don't like that version of me. So let's try and eliminate that. So today I have already, by 10 a.m., completed all my Friday check-ins. I've responded to all my messages. I've responded to all training footage. I've meal prepped, and I've taken the dogs out for around 4,000 steps for like their morning W-A-L-K. I'm not going to say the word because they're going to start screaming again. And I'm going to crack on with a little bit more work to do some content for Instagram. And then at 11:30, I actually have a call with my bikini gal to do my first measurements, because we are officially 8 weeks out.
Okay, so you got your tape measure, yeah?
Yes.
So you want that smallest part just to go all the way round.
Oh my God, so cold. Here?
Yes, perfect.
60, 62, that sounds right.
Yeah, it's just a really tiny waist, but you
Oh,
have
okay. So you think I'm skinny?
And then we want your hip bone. So for hip bone, we want the top line of your hip bone. We just want it to run straight the whole way.
73 and a half.
Lovely, perfect. And then we want your glutes at the widest point all the way around.
I have no glutes left. 91.
Are you wanting to have, so the front of the cut, do you want it more of a scoop front or do you want it more of a V front?
Oh, I think the V one is a bit nicer in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it creates a bit more shape.
Yeah, I think it just gives a little bit more hourglass. Amazing, thank you so much.
All right. Thank
You're an
you.
angel.
I just hope you have a lovely rest of the day.
You too, bye. It is becoming so real now, what the hell? It's exciting, it's surreal. I'm actually excited to see the difference between 8 weeks and 4 weeks, whether there's going to be much. I'm just hoping, I'm praying to the glute gods that my glutes stay. I was like, my waist can go, my boobs are just gone already, like there's not much more to go of there. So we've got the jewelry now, we've got the bikini sorted, just another measurement and 4 weeks out, and then we're basically ready for stage. I'm debating whether to dye my hair like darker or not. I don't know if you can see it. At the moment my hair's a little bit greasy. By the way, when do you have hair wash day when you're on prep? Because this girl's struggling. I'm like, if I'm not doing steps, then I'm training. If I'm not doing training, then I'm potentially doing cardio. But yeah, if you can see, like my hair is like a hazelnut dark colour, but I'm thinking when I'm on stage it'll probably appear to be a little bit lighter. Obviously we're going for an emerald green bikini, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do I go darker? I'm actually watching Kerry Sexton, and she sort of inspired me because she had like an emerald green bikini. She's obviously got darker hair than me, so I was thinking maybe go dark, because you can see my roots are like quite light from where the sun's hit. So yeah, bikini sorted, just debating about the hair, and then potentially I'm also going to get Botox because this eye is just not playing ball. I don't know what it is. I just think it's where my face has come in and the puffiness has appeared. Anyway, that is me done. I'm going to have my pre-workout now, and then I'm going to go train some upper. So it is Wednesday, the 25th of March, and I feel like this vlog, this daily vlog, turned into a weekly vlog, which is now turning into a monthly vlog. Honestly, guys, the days are going by so quickly for me. I feel like I'm waking up, doing work, going to the gym, and just like getting back home, and everything is just so like repetitive at the moment and like monotonous. What's the matter? What's the matter? God, these dogs are so dramatic. But yeah, I just feel like everything is happening so quickly at this moment in time that I'm forgetting to pick up the camera and actually vlog. And if I'm being completely honest, over the past week and a half as George has been gone, I've not felt quite myself, and I haven't been able to put like my finger on it. With George going and him being away, me being by myself, and not really having a social circle here, I have felt a little bit like isolated and almost like a little bit lost. But I promised myself, as of today, I'm going from sad bitch to bad bitch, because even though the situation isn't ideal, that, you know, we have been separated for a couple of weeks or a couple of months, it's also given me the opportunity to really just like be with myself and create a level of like dependence on myself. Not that we're dependent on each other, because we're both quite independent, but we do a lot of things together. And because of that, I feel like I don't know how to be alone anymore. And I used to be so good at that. And this week has given me the opportunity to really reflect on the fact that like solitude is actually a beautiful thing. And what I've realized this week is that like I really have my back, and I'm starting to build a level of confidence that's absolutely amazing. So I was out for a walk yesterday and I started listening to an audiobook by Margarita Nazarenko. If you don't know this woman, get to know her. She talks about things like anxious attachment, detachment, like being her, becoming that girl. I've reignited my power and I'm on the trajectory of becoming her, like the version of myself that I know I really want to be. And it's kind of exciting. So I flipped my mindset yesterday. I'm in a routine now when it comes to the dogs and being by myself. So I'm going to be picking up this camera and filming the content because the days are going by so quickly. And before you know it, it's going to be show day. We're literally 7.5 weeks out, which is absolutely crazy. We've got 6.5 weeks up until peak week. That's like 6 vlogs to go. Apologies for the vlog being a little bit all over the place and maybe not having as much in there as I wanted to, but I appreciate every single person for staying tuned until the end of this video. If you have watched until the end of the video, comment clip, and yeah, make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.